It's also not too long. If you build a 20-foot bed, every time you have to go around to the other side of that bed, you got to walk all the way down, all the way back. Another great thing about a 4x8 raised bed is that it saves money and waste. You can get 8-foot pieces of lumber at pretty much any hardware store. So 3 8-foot pieces of lumber will build your bed. One of those pieces you'll cut in half or have someone at the hardware store cut it in half for you. Those are the two ends of the bed. And then the other two pieces are the sides. Now this isn't exactly beds, but it does have to do with the beds, and that is the space between them, the paths. Now mine are a little more than 2 feet wide. I just like to have them about the size of me turning sideways, kneeling in the path, so I don't have to get into some weird positions. So when you're planning these things out, literally sit down between the beds and see how much size you need. The second mistake is to make your bed too shallow. Now, that could be different for different people. You want to build your bed tall enough based on your comfort level or what kind of substrate is under the raised bed. So if you have a hard time bending over, then you might want to build your beds up, maybe 2-3 feet tall, maybe more. If you have good soil underneath the bed, or at least not bad soil, a 6-inch tall bed is totally fine. If you have concrete like I used to have, then you're going to need 12 to 14 inches depth in your raised bed. Most vegetables want to send their roots down about a foot, and so if you have a 6-inch tall raised bed and then you have soil underneath that, that's fine. If you don't, you need to give them that foot above whatever that substrate is. Now here we have a gopher problem. And so when I first built my beds, I built them 6 inches tall and I put hardware cloth underneath to keep the gophers out. Totally does its job, lasts for years. I recommend it to anyone who has a gopher issue.